why is social media so boring? You could literally like scroll for a few minutes and the only thing that you saw is the exact same content, maybe just like full of football celebrating their World Cup or people who just saying the same thing and they just repeated what other people said but just paraphrased it a little bit here and there. That's it. Like the only thing that I saw from my feed is that like this is how to get 10 million views and this is the best hook ever. Like bro, everything is slop. Like people don't produce anything new anymore. I would say that like Mr. Beast is one of the most creative people on earth. Literally, the reason why he got the most followers on YouTube is because he did something new, right? Even though like nowadays I didn't watch him anymore, but back then, remember 23 to 25, bro, that was the peakest era in his life, man. Like his content was the best. Everything is so new, and nobody has ever done anything like him before, right? We kind of like novelty, but now look at social media. You see either the exact same format or the exact same content. People are just faking, trying to look sophisticated or look smart. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but they're just acting the same way, and that is the point. Nowadays, literally, like people can be an actor because they're already acting on social media every single day. Or even if you're just like a normal person who doesn't do social media and just uh, have a personal account, whatever your social media platform is, you are also like performing to some extent. I also do, so I'm not gonna say that like, oh, I didn't do anything, but I would say that I didn't post anything for like months. Like, I mean, about like my personal life and stuff. I just don't care anymore, since to me it doesn't matter, whether that person would see me or not, this person would miss me or not. Like, it doesn't matter at all, since if you want to post something for others to see your existence or whatever that is going on in your life, then you're not doing it for yourself. You just did it for others to see you or to let them know that, oh, I'm alive, man. Like, that's not what you actually want. That is what you want others to see. It is a different thing, okay? And man, like, I don't know, like, what is the next stage in the contemporary world? Because back then, right, I don't know, 2010, at the time, like, YouTube was the mainstream. Now it is like what? Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram Reels. People have low attention span. Literally, like, I bet that every short form content that I did, if I didn't like, I don't know, say something that most people want to hear, or trying to say it very fast and make like a very dense content where I can put very instructive content inside there within 60 seconds, then they're not gonna watch it. I'm not going to blame them, but I swear to God, like people are cooked because consequently they would be less likely to be comfortable with studying for 4 or 5 hours or doing something that would require immense effort. For instance, going to the gym or going for a run or just doing something that requires time. They wouldn't be able to do that since they get uh, endless dopamine and constant gratification from social media. Man, like Gen Z's code, people are also being less creative. They just copy from whatever that, it works, then I'm going to do the same thing. And then this person also like, the third party also copied like the second person. So it just, we're just living in the same loop. Nobody tries to go outside of the box like Mr. Beast anymore. Like look at nowadays, when I was a kid, I loved going to a cinema a lot. I was a big fan of Marvel Studio. I'm pretty sure like many people they also are. And I would be so excited to go there every single time watching, you know, a new movie of Marvel Studio. Because back then, there are no other superhero movies at all in the cinema, at least in my like era, right? I don't know how old you are. If you're 30, maybe there would be some. I would say that I'm just like a typical kid that loves superhero. That's it. But then when you grew up, you see like those superheroes for almost 20 years, and then you're like, oh my gosh, you kind of get bored because your interpretation, your interpretation changed. You are more mature, and you might not be attracted to something that is superficial or repetitive anymore. You know that at the end of the day, the superhero will win. I mean, I know the plot. Same with like social media. You know what's going to happen like next. You know what this influencer is going to say or what they're going to conclude because you have seen it 1,000 times from other content creators already. And consequently, you're just scrolling for 30 minutes. The only thing that you get is the same content that you don't even want to memorize since it is so boring. Everybody tries to be an authority or just some sort that could influence you or get your attention since it is the best currency nowadays. People kind of value their time a lot since it is something that they cannot take back, right? And of course, like we want to use our time efficiently. You don't want to like just sit here and just get nothing in return. Because if you would get absolute nothing, then why would I even do it, right? You would just like, come on, man. If you don't give me anything, then I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, it is the same. With modern content, people don't create anything new anymore. What I predict is that there would be some sort of advanced technology or an unprecedented app that would revolutionize, our modern world again. Same way with like uh streaming apps, that you can watch movie online, which is why people nowadays they go to a cinema less and less. And also same way with like the invention of the social media platforms. Back then people just use phones to communicate. That's it, right? But now you can really use phone for anything to make money, to communicate, to work, or to gain some entertainment, joy, just literally anything. So right now it has been like this for I don't know, like what 4 or 5 years that we have lived in the loop that we feel that there is nothing changing in the world at all. I would say that like after Endgame, everything kind of remained the same. I don't know when the change will start, which I hope that it is going to be soon in a good way. But what is going to change, sure, and it might not be good for many graduates and many experienced workers is the replacement of AI in like workplaces. It's horrible, right? Imagine, right? I've mentioned this before that even a Harvard student, they still can't like find a job after applying for 400 places. Man, like that is inconceivable. Like how is that even possible? Man, like what about like other people who graduated from like normal university? Bro, they're going to be cooked, right? Even a genius, they can't find job. Or like I saw like some girls, they got a few degrees, they apply for like what McDonald, just working in our 9 to 5 job. They got rejected, bro. Like, what the fuck? Everywhere requires experiences, bro. How are we going to get experience when there is nowhere on earth that would accept me? You know, man, like our world is cooked. I just wish that that would be something new that would benefit us. Man, I think just social media, I said it quite a lot, but it really shapes the way we think and the way the world operates a lot, right? Since you look at like people around you, if they use social media excessively, you would see that they have become a different person to some extent. Of course, like when time changes, people are going to change, but there could be something that you can notice from them. Maybe they are more what they love making videos, or like selfies just to post on social media to get attention, or some people they adopt ideology from social media and they just cling to so much that it becomes their identity, as if that ideology is removed, they're going to be dead. I'm not just joking, like this is for real. People just cling to community or ideology so much that they forgot that they also have their individual life that they should try to improve or just live their life separately outside of their community, the crowd, whatsoever. Since what really matters in life is your happiness, right? We want to maximize our happiness and minimize the pain. And if everything remains the same, nothing changes, we live in this boring world. If it were to become increasingly harder to live our life, then man, we gotta struggle a lot. We might have to lick someone's ass to get a job or to survive in this world, which is quite horrible, and it might be inevitable since nowadays it is already hard. Your degree is not, you know, helping you to get a job anymore, or even if you are a person who is experienced, but it also doesn't guarantee that you would get a well-paid job. It's so hard, man. Like, I just think that the world should change soon, in a better way. I don't know how, but please, they're gonna be like a genius, who turned the world upside down. Really, like many people, they suffer a lot from like the modern world. People are more depressed than ever, more isolated. It's not that they want to, but it is a result of, I don't know, a mixture of things. Even when people want to live the life they want, but it's not easier like back then anymore. Because nowadays I feel like when you want to do something, you have to be versatile, very skillful, possess the right skill set in order to apply a job. And in order to do that, bro, it requires years of practices. Who's going to have that time, man? I just wish that it could be different, but we're going to see how it goes in the future. I think this is like two topics in one video, so who cares? But thanks a lot for watching, and if you guys have anything in mind, you can just comment down below. I would go and read it, and I appreciate it even if you just watch until here. Shout out for all of you, even I got only two views. It's okay. I just enjoy doing it. Thank you guys, and see you in the next one.